Hello, everyone. I was sick last year and missed this incredible event, and I was so sad, and I'm so glad to be back here tonight with all of you. So many friends, both new and old, and I'm honored to present the final award of the evening. The phrase legacy of impact captures the lasting difference a person makes through their actions, contributions, and achievements. It reflects the change that they sparked, the lives they touched, and the mark that they leave behind. Legacy is the story carried forward. Impact is the effect that it still echoes. Thus, a legacy of impact honors a life defined by purpose, generosity, and the influence that endures. There's no better way to describe and no more meaningful award to present than to our collective friend, the late Bob Harmon. I don't remember my very first interaction with Bob nearly 15 years ago, but I do remember how he always made me feel. As the daughter of a father, also named Bob, and I would joke with Bob Harmon that he was my second favorite Bob, only because of my dad. My dad was also living with Parkinson's, and Bob somehow always found a way to comfort me. He made bad dad jokes. He constantly had me smiling and laughing. Even now, he does it. And he reminded me, as he would go on to tell so many, that I wasn't alone. He quickly became a Team Fox mentor, someone we would tap to meet and help others with their fundraising and personal Parkinson's journeys. I would call up Bob and I would start with, "So I met someone," and very quickly he would cut me off and he would just say, "Give him my number," jumping in to help before he even knew what he was getting into. He invited those to connect with him however and whenever. He provided a listening ear and was a constant source of comfort when people needed it the most. So much so that he received and answered a call during Thanksgiving dinner one year. He was so passionate about making his Lake Ashton golf outing in Florida the best fundraiser, while also sharing vital research updates and providing resources to the local community. Over the years, his dedication and drive helped raise over $500,000 for research. I was honored to be at the event in 2013 and see Bob's magic in action. His close connection with his community was in full swing, golf pun intended, especially when he made the rounds, ensuring that he took a swing with every single golfer. And his support didn't end there. Bob and his wife Cecily would travel to other Team Fox events across the country, proudly sit on panels to discuss the reality of their Parkinson's experience, advocate on Capitol Hill, and cheer loudly at marathons. He was also the biggest supporter of his daughters, Kate and Emily, and all that they have done and continue to do in the name of a cure for Parkinson's. Bob had two signature catchphrases that he'd share with those he met, always making sure that they knew that they were supported. I share them here with you today in hope that they offer comfort and guidance as you navigate your own Parkinson's journey, however that may look. 1, you are not alone. Look around. You're not alone. You're surrounded by a community full of people who are in your corner every step of the way. 2, you've got this. And that's exactly how we would say it. You've got this. My wish to Bob today is that he knows that he was never alone, and that together we do have this. We will continue on in his legacy to move the needle, raise funds, advocate, and educate. We will collectively ensure that no one feels alone in their Parkinson's journey, and we'll keep going with Bob's words and spirit guiding us every step of the way. It's my honor now to bring up Bob's family to accept the Legacy of Impact Award. Please welcome wife Cecily, daughters Emily and Kate, and son-in-law Matthew.
So, to paraphrase my second favorite Alabaman, the average industrialized man on this earth gets about 25,000 days. He may easily secure only about 4,500 working hour days in order to find a purpose and build a legacy. 700 once retired. This room, this is what Bob did with his 700 waking hours. And this is his legacy. And that is why, after we got the call last October, booked our flights, sat down for very tall glasses of red wine, and Kate said, if this happens, I am not sure I can do this so soon after. I'm not sure I can do Shaken and the Forum. I paused and very carefully said to my wife, I think you are exactly wrong about that. And now, before fulfilling my second promise to Bob, which is getting out of my wife's way, I would ask anyone in this audience whose life has been impacted by Bob, or Cecily, or Kate, or Emily, to please stand up.
In front of 200 or so golfers in our community in Lake Ashton, Florida, at the first annual Golf for the Cure for Parkinson's disease, and he asked them to join him on his journey. He asked them to swing their clubs, bring their dollars, hear his often long-winded updates on research, and over time, watch him lose the battle to this disease. It was his hope that we would have a cure for Parkinson's in his lifetime, and it was his mission to do everything in his power out of his small community in Florida to get us there. First and foremost, it was his goal to make sure that anyone in a similar journey knew that they were not alone in this. We had each other, and he had you, and you were a part of his family now, whether you liked it or not. And he hit the ground running in 2010. He and my mother ran a support group. We all participated in clinical trials. Mom even did the in-person PPMI, the foundation study that's changing everything, if you didn't already know. We advocated on Capitol Hill. We've joined the original Partners in Parkinson's events before now the PDIQ, before it became a thing. And it was all for Bob. But over the years, it became more about just Dad. In attending events and coming to MVP every year, it was about this family. It was about you, our Team Fox family. The people we've come to call his brother from another mother, our Team Fox sisters. And even on those MVP weekends, over the years, as Bob started to show symptoms, legacy became more and more important to him. He wanted to be the $50,000 a year man. He wanted a seat at the MVP table every April to see his friends. But I'll tell you, if MVP was the first weekend of the month, which was also our tournament, he wouldn't be here and he wouldn't care, because raising money in Lake Ashton was what it was really about. 10 years in, we thought we could just end quietly during COVID, actually having raised more that year without a golf club swung. But Bob had other plans. He wanted to hit $500,000 before he hung his hat, one of his many Team Fox hats, too many to count.